You're not right. And that's actually a good thing. Let's be honest. Every actor dreams of being versatile enough to take on any role that comes their way. But here's the thing. You're not going to be the perfect fit for every character out there. And you know what? That's totally okay. And here are 8 reasons why. 8 reasons why it's okay to not be everything to everybody on this episode of Casting Actors Cast.
This is Casting Actors Cast. Jeffrey Dreisbach brings you insights and inspiration. Make a difference in your acting and your acting career. Here's Jeffrey Dreisbach.
Well, hello and welcome to today's episode of Casting Actors Cast. I'm Jeffrey Dreisbach. I'm a casting partner with the McCorkle Group in New York. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. I'm having a really good day, and I'm looking forward to sharing with you my thoughts about why trying to be all things to all people is not necessarily a good thing. But first, this is that moment of the podcast where I simply get to say thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining us here on the podcast. I invite you to go to the website, castingactorscast.com. There's a form that says dive into the talent pool. And if you do that, it's going to open up some freebies for you. And one is a book on doing voiceover work. The other is a video called Casting Secrets, What They Don't Tell You. So you might want to check that out on the website. Plus, there's some past episodes of the podcast that you can check out. I'm excited to be on the Broadway Podcast Network. And also on the website, you're going to find the link to the Broadway Podcast Network. If you're not quite sure how to find that, well, that's easy peasy. So do that. Also on that website, you're going to find Jeff's Jots. This is my blog that corresponds to each of the episodes. So if you want some additional show notes or some additional material or print it out and put it under your pillow, I wouldn't mind. Not one bit. Anyway, it's called Jeff's Jots, and those are the blog and the show notes. Now, speaking of Jeff's Jots, I'm particularly excited because my book is now available to the masses. It's called Jeff's Jots, the Actor's Career Playbook. You'll find it on Amazon.com. Again, there's some links in the website. You can get it in hardcover. You can get it in softcover. You can get it in ebook. And actually, I am working on the audiobook as well. So lots going on as we jump into the subject matter. Finally, just my shout out to my good friends at Actors Connection, actorsconnection.com/New York, a great place to check out if you're interested in some additional professional training. All right. So here are what I think are 8 useful reasons why it's really important to not try to be all things to all people. And as an actor, this can be struggling. I know personally that I've struggled when I started acting, and I was an actor for 20 years. I wanted to be able to do everything. I wanted to know if there was a tap dancer that was needed in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. I wanted to know about it. Okay, I'd never been to Oshkosh, so I thought that would be a great place to tap dance. Okay. Okay, I'm kidding. But my thought is if I could just get myself out there, no matter what it was, that was a great strategy for me. And I have to say, in the beginning, that wasn't quite the best choice that I made for myself. So hopefully I might be sparing you just a little bit of angst about this as you start putting into perspective how you're going to approach your business and how you're going to approach those opportunities, those roles that might be available for you. So here are some reasons why. Reason number 1, roles have specific needs. You see, every character comes with a particular look, background. They have a particular vibe. So when casting directors are looking for someone who clicks with that vibe, who clicks with that energy, that's a good thing. So if you're not chosen either for an audition or a callback, it's not about your talent. It's really about whether you're the puzzle piece that fits. I've said this 1,000 times, but we are hired as casting directors to fulfill the vision of what that producer is looking for. And so if who you are isn't particularly synchronized with the vision, then there's a good chance that you're not going to be right for the role. But please understand that has nothing to do with your talent. That has everything to do with our job in terms of fulfilling the vision. All right, step number 2, or thought number 2, authenticity is the key. Authenticity. See, audiences can tell whether you're genuinely connected to a role. They really can tell. See, you're going to be more convincing and powerful in roles that align with who you are at your core. Frankly, I have to say this, stretching too far can sometimes feel like trying to squeeze into shoes that just kind of don't fit. They may be a little too tight. It just doesn't work as well. And so you want to make sure that you fit the role as perfectly as you possibly can. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to be like 100%. It does mean, however, that you really need to have an objective about how you're going to look at that role and make that determination about whether it's really something that's within your wheelhouse. Number 3, these are the 8 reasons. This is reason number 3. Specializing can make you shine. You see, by focusing on roles that suit you, you can readily polish your craft in that area. Think of it like this. Just as an athlete might excel in a specific sport, an actor can become known for certain qualities and certain characters. Now, notice I didn't say type. I don't believe in the word type. I don't really think it exists in today's acting environment. And the reason why is that writers are not writing type. They're writing really interesting, unique characters about really interesting, unique people. And so you have an opportunity to see if that interesting character is something that fits you, who you are. But it's absolutely true that when we take a look at an actor in an audition, for example, you can tell whether the actor really feels the vibe of that character or if they're trying to fit into the world. And that is a distinction and a difference that's worth noting. And when you are known for something, when you are known for a style, for an energy, for a unique and interesting persona, you're the first person casting will think of when that role comes up. I promise you, it happens all the time. At our office, it happens on an almost regular basis. So the more that you can identify with the character that you are playing, the more that it feels part of who you are, the more comfortable and confident you're going to be. Reason number 4 why you might not be all things to all people is basically about branding and marketability. I have to tell you, in case you didn't know, the acting world is very crowded. And being remembered is half the battle. If you've carved out a niche or you're known for a particular style or a particular role, casting directors are much more likely to think of you when those roles pop up. Reason number 5, you can't be all things to all people. If you try, you just going to find it really challenging. And so my suggestion is that you avoid burnout. You see, trying to be all things to all people is honestly, it's exhausting. By narrowing your focus to roles that feel right for you, you can save your energy and avoid the stress of constantly trying to fit into a mold that really ultimately isn't yours. Reason number 6, you can build a lasting career by being a little more selective. So just do me a favor. Look at the actors who've had long, successful careers. They don't get there by trying to be someone they're not. They leaned into their unique qualities and chose roles that fit them. Now, listen, I I don't want to get any email from folks about, yeah, but we're actors. We should be able to play a variety of parts. I agree. It's really great for you to try new things. It's really great to put yourself out there. That's not the issue. But it's really also very smart to recognize where you naturally excel in terms of the characters that you're playing and in terms of the opportunities that are out there. Now, reason number 7, I think, and this is, I think, the core of what I'm trying to get at today, is selective choices improve your craft. You see, when you're picky about the roles you take, you can dive deep and you can really connect with the characters you're playing. I promise you, this leads to a more meaningful performance and greater sense of fulfillment in your work. And do I also say there is longevity in that? Being selective is not about feeling less than. Being selective is empowering. So it really is the way you frame it in your mind. All right, I'm going to come up with reason number 8 right after this.
Are you wishing for acting success? Are you ready with audition techniques for theater, film, and television? Are you ready with proven methods for growing your talent? Are you ready to boost your business? It would help if you had a playbook to guide you. Now, there's Jeff's Jots, the Actor's Career Playbook by Jeffrey Dreisbach. Jeff's Jots at Amazon.com, CastingActorsCast.com, available in paperback, hardcover, or ebook. Stop wishing and start doing with Jeff's Jots, the Actor's Career Playbook.
All right, moving on. Now, when we're talking about not trying to be all things to all people, not all actors are right for all things. That much is clear. But when you do really embrace the concept of what I'm trying to get to today about being selective about the work and choosing those roles that you know are in your wheelhouse, especially when you start out, it attracts the right collaborators. You see, when you focus on the roles that suit you, you are more likely to attract directors and writers and other actors and casting directors who see your value, and then they want to work with you. Honest to God, it's as simple as that. And this can lead to projects that are not only successful, but deeply satisfying. So this is more than just common sense. This is really doing your best to be objective about the opportunities that are available to you and really knowing if this is a role that fits you or not. I understand. We all have egos. We wouldn't be in this business if we didn't have a little bit of an ego thinking, gosh, I am capable of this. But I also think it's worthwhile to take a breath, take a moment, and reflect on how comfortable that suit of clothing in terms of the character you're playing is going to fit. Does it come naturally for you? Again, I want to be really careful here because I know I'm probably going to get some pushback about people saying that actors should be able to play anything because they're actors. I just have to apply it in my worldview because I'm a casting person. I have to apply that into the world of the project that I am working on. And if you are somebody that I know, whose talent I know, whose talent maybe I've worked with, or who's I've seen you in a show, or I've auditioned you in previous projects, you know what? You're the first person I'm going to think of. Also, when I know you've got that quality that is right for that particular role, no matter what it is, whether it's theater, whether it's film, whether it's television, then I am assured that you're going to, I don't know, bring home the bacon. Is that a decent enough phrase for you? That you're going to book the role. I mean, think about it from this perspective. I love it when we bring in an actor who just books. I love it when we bring an actor who just nails it. I love it when an actor, after leaving the audition and the producer turns to me and says, "Where did you find that talent?" That is an incredible feeling for the casting director. So I need to be secure in the choice that I'm making when I bring you in for an audition, but then you have to bring in the security of knowing that, boy, this role is something I can do with my eyes closed. I am not talking about typecasting. I am not talking about you feeling limited in your choices. I am talking about knowing what's working for you and doing that. It isn't about shutting doors, I promise you. It's about opening the right ones. So my suggestion is embrace who you are. Lean into your strengths and then just sit back, guys, and watch. Watch as the roles that truly fit start to find you. I hope you found this helpful today. I really appreciate you tuning in, and I'll see you next time on the next episode of Casting Actors Cast. Oh, by the way, don't forget to check out the YouTube video if you haven't done so already. It'd be great to have some YouTubers come check me out on the YouTube site, Casting Actors Cast. Anyway, it's been great. I hope you've had a good time. I've had a great time, and we'll see you next time on Casting Actors Cast.